Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 397. The lesson today is the difference between quote, cite, and paraphrase. Okay, yeah, sometimes this could come up because all of these have something to do with repeating what other people said. So let's take a look at the note here. If someone quotes something that another person has written or spoken, of course it could be either one, he repeats it. Generally, a quote should be the exact words one has written or spoken. And we can say an exact quote or a word-for-word quote to emphasize this. Quote can be, a quote can be either a verb or a noun. Sometimes we can also hear the word quotation as a more formal word for quote. Or you could think of it the other way. You could think of as quote as a shorter form of quotation. But to be honest, I think most of the time nowadays we mostly hear people use quote both as a verb as a noun. Quotation is sometimes heard, but it's more literary and more formal. So you're more likely to see it in written form or, in more formal contexts. All right, let's continue. If someone cites something, he or she quotes or mentions something, especially as an example to prove that something is true or correct, or to prove what you are saying, basically. So a cite could be a quote, but it doesn't have to be a quote. It could just be some information to prove something. But we do often use quotes as cites. Okay. All right, let's continue. If someone paraphrases, they repeat what someone has said or written using different words. So a quote is more like the exact words. Paraphrasing is using different words. This is often done to make it shorter, because it could be a long quote, or clearer, or simply because one cannot remember the exact quote. Okay. All right. And let's take a look at several examples here that we have here. Example number one. According to information from Goodreads, this is a site on the internet that recommends good books to read. Jane Austen, the author of Pride and Prejudice, is the most quoted author, and Shakespeare is number 2, according to them, according to their research anyway. All right, let's look at number 2 here. That author likes to quote Plato, so this is the way that we often say it. Maybe he likes to take some of his famous lines. Number 3, he filled his book with quotations from former presidents. Yeah, quotation is usually not a verb. It's only a noun. But I'm giving it to you here so you just see how it would be used in a much more formal situation. Okay. Well, let's continue. Number 4. She cited a line from one of his songs to prove a point. She was trying to prove something. All right, number 5 here. The results from that report were cited as a reason in favor of legislation, to pass some law or something like that. So again, we use cite always to prove something or to show something. So we're pointing out this information for that reason. Okay. Number 6, he cited several examples of corruption in the government. Okay, so again, we're often pointing out examples of something. Number 7, I don't remember the exact quote. I am just paraphrasing it. Yeah, so a lot of times we will say that. And number 8, she mentioned that she paraphrased what he said in order to avoid being accused of a misquote, that she didn't quote it correctly. So just to be safe, she said, well, I'm just paraphrasing it. I think it goes something like this, where he said, I think the quote, if I'm not sure, it could be this way. That's usually the way people use it. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was informative. I hope now you can more clearly see the difference between these 3. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.